What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears. And today I wanted to talk about a specific scenario in the NFL draft that involves trading down from number 9 all the way to number 22 with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm picking this scenario because I want to show you guys what the difference is in caliber of player if we take a guy at 9 versus if we get a guy at 20 and 50, two top 50 picks. And I also wanted to choose a spot where we could get much more than just a second round pick if we actually move down this far. As far as value goes, number 9 pick is worth roughly 1,350 points, and number 22 is only worth 780. So when you add in pick 50, that's only another 400 points. So this trade is still a low ball offer for the Bears to move down, meaning they would most likely be able to get a lot more than this. The value of this trade would be 1,180 points for the Eagles and 1,350 for the Bears. I chose this scenario because the Eagles have an extra second round pick this year, and I think they could very well be trying to move up in the draft, especially after losing Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox in the trenches. This is a team that might want to make a splash. Also, since we're making such a big move down the board, we should be able to land more than just a second round pick. In fact, we could even get a second and fourth this year, and then maybe even a third rounder next year. But what I wanted to show is that the Bears will still have plenty of options on the board, even if they go all the way down to number 22 as well. If you're looking for a receiver, both Brian Thomas Jr. or Adonai Mitchell could be on the board, but you should be able to land A.D. Mitchell there. I love that dude. You could also potentially get Jared Verse or Liatu Latu if you're looking for an edge rusher, or my guy, Darius Robinson. Chop Robinson would be on the board as well. But also, if you're looking for a center, this is around the range where both Jackson Powers-Johnson and Zach Frazier have a shot at going as well. Moving down this far would allow the Bears to add a valuable second round pick, and in that scenario, they could probably get a second and a fifth from the Eagles this year, with some kind of pick from next year's draft as well. But even just getting the second round pick, I think 2 top 50 players is better than just one in most scenarios. I love Rome Odunze. I'm a huge fan of Tali Fuaga. I really like a lot of players in this draft, but a lot of my favorites are going to be picked between pick number 10 and pick number 75 when the Bears pick again in the third round. And we don't have a single pick in that range right now. So just looking at the possibilities of guys we can get in a trade down, let's take a look at a couple mock scenarios. What if we traded down and landed Jackson Powers-Johnson and Jonah Ellis? Would you rather have JPJ and Jonah Ellis, or just take one guy at number 9, whoever that is? If Rome Odunze is your guy, and you guys know I'm a huge Rome fan, would you rather have Rome Odunze, or trade down and get both Brian Thomas Jr. and a pass rusher like Adiza Isaac? When you're looking at pick 9, would you rather have Dallas Turner, or would you rather trade down and get Liatu Latu and Zach Frazier? Same thing, would you rather have Jared Verse or Jackson Powers-Johnson and Chris Broswell? Would you rather have Malik Neighbors or Adonai Mitchell and Chop Robinson? The possibilities are endless, but usually in almost every mock situation I run, I'm happier getting 2 top 50 players than just one. In order to add a little bit more immersion to this, I wanted to go ahead and take you guys through a mock simulation. This is on PFF's mock simulator. Pro Football Focus. This is the one I usually use the most. We'll go ahead and start the draft. We'll take Caleb Williams and let it roll to see what happens at number 9. Now this is we got the Patriots taking J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison goes at 4, Rome Odunze, and Joe Alt. This is pretty much how I expect the draft to fall, other than J.J. McCarthy going ahead of Drake May, but something along these lines. The one guy who didn't get taken in the top 9 here was a pass rusher, as I don't expect the Titans to go with Rome Odunze, but I don't expect him to be on the board. One of the reasons I chose the Eagles as the pick is no matter what mock draft you use, what simulator you use, you can't always make the trades you want. So here's the thing with this Eagles pick. If you offer 22 and 50 for pick number 9, they are going to accept that 100% of the time. Now, I want to show you the real value of the pick. We could add a second rounder to that, so we can go get 22 and 50 and then add a second rounder next year, which would give us 3 second rounders. 80% chance that trade goes through. But what I want to show you is we can get even crazier here. What if we asked for both of their second round picks? It's a 50% chance of happening, right? But what if we included our second round pick next year and then got a third from them next year? All of a sudden, this trade has a 100% chance of being accepted. So we're getting pick 22, pick 50, pick 53, and a third rounder next year. And we're giving up pick 9 and our own second rounder next year. I think this trade would be amazing. And let's just take a look at what happens if we do that. We're down at pick 22, and the options on the board are ridiculous. And this is where I'm talking about. A lot of people love these defensive tackles, Byron Murphy and Jerzon Newton. But look at the wide receivers, Brian Thomas Jr. or Adonai Mitchell. I think it's likely that Brian Thomas Jr. goes before this, but if we could land Adonai Mitchell and still get a bunch of extra picks, that would be insane. Zach Frazier also on the board, Lad McConkey, Chris Broswell, my guy Chop Robinson and Darius Robinson. There's so much talent on the board in this area. And you could also then, if we could get both of these picks at 50 and 53, we could trade back up here and get something else as well. And then obviously my guy, Jackson Powers Johnson, one of my favorite players in the draft. But we're going to do something different because I showed all of those already in those scenarios. We're going to take Darius Robinson early, right at 22, see what happens as we move down to 50. After adding Darius Robinson with the first pick, we'd still be able to add a Jalen Polk, a Ricky Pearsall, or a Jermaine Burton here. I also like Tez Walker, but he drops too much. We'll go ahead and take Ricky Pearsall in this one and then switch over to the offensive line as well, because remember, we got 2 picks here. But my point of this is I kind of just wanted to show you guys all of the available options and how there's just going to be so much flexibility, and Ryan Poles can get more out of this draft if he trades down from that number 9 spot. Now take that with a grain of salt, because if Rome Odunze is there, I would turn the card in immediately, and I wouldn't be mad if we took Jared Verse or Dallas Turner in that spot either. Same with Tali Fuaga or an offensive lineman. But to me, I think it's better for the Chicago Bears if we trade down from that 9 spot. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, a lot of it comes down to who's on the board and what teams are actually interested in moving up. But I wanted to look closer at this specific scenario. If Ryan Poles chose to move down this far, he would be able to pick up more than just a second round pick, and that's my point. Even getting just the second round pick, I like the way this draft unfolds more than I do if we stay at number 9. Unless something crazy happened like Marvin Harrison Jr. was on the board, I think that's less than 1% chance of happening. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of what we could get by trading down. In order to get a second round pick from a trade down from 9, we probably have to go to at least pick 16 or 17. If we move down further than that, we should be able to get more than just a second round pick, and even could potentially land a first next year. Man, I can't wait for the draft. It's coming soon. We're a month away from the NFL draft today, and I can't wait. I dropped my Jaden Daniels and Drake May scouting reports. Check those out if you guys missed them. Please remember to hit that like button for me. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.